We've actually seen home sales from January to March actually rebound. Why are we still seeing so much pressure in the bond market?
Right. I think there are two aspects to this. So first of all, the recovery in the real estate market has really been uneven. So you're seeing SOEs picking up significantly on the home sale side than the POEs, which is the private developers. And also Tier 1 cities are benefiting much more than the Tier 2 and Tier 3s. And also people are significantly preferring the secondary homes or the built homes than the pre-sale ones. So that all adds to a very sort of unequal picture right now in the real estate market. And if you have the weaker developers that may have defaulted offshore, they are not seeing much sales pickup.
Yeah, so basically it's still uneven, this recovery we've seen.
Yeah.
But Wanda is the only Chinese developer to sell dollar bonds this year. The fact that they're close to distressed levels or almost there, what does that tell you about refinancing?
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, the fact that we haven't seen anyone else apart from Wanda to sell any dollar bonds this year means developers' access to offshore financing hasn't restored. And for Wanda, it hasn't really been considered a developer in the traditional sense. Most of its properties are commercial, which means it's less exposed to the headwinds in a real estate market. And now, with the price dropping, Wanda has lost again that access to the offshore market. So this will create, again, a vicious cycle we saw last year. The dollar bonds dropping and the companies unable to refinance again, and then they might go into restructuring or default situations.
It doesn't seem like we're out of the woods just yet. Lorretta, what is your team watching out for in the next few weeks or months?
Yeah, so actually, as a whole, we have been talking to investors. Recently, there's been some reports about investors, hedge funds that had made big during last year's rebound in the real estate market. They're actually exiting their positions. So that just tells you, actually, many people are not calling a bottom yet in the real estate market. So I think they're just taking profit for now. And what we're also watching for is just the whole sentiment front. Recently, there's been a lot of rumors around driving prices down, but nothing concrete is actually happening. So that just gives you a sense of, investors are still waiting and see, if there's any real improvements.